GameDudeMat back again. Got another game pickup video. As you can see here, I got King of Dragons running on MAME32. Very awesome game on the arcade and the Super Nintendo both. Anyways, like I said, a few pickups recently, and they're all for the Atari Lynx. Get that little focus there. First one here I bought loose is Clax. Originally an arcade game, and yeah, I'm a fan of it. That's why I got it. Basically, the best way I can describe this game, just trying to imagine like a combination of Tetris and Guitar Hero at the same time. Now you're not trying to hit, the right buttons at the right time and everything like Guitar Hero, but basically these 3D tiles come toward the drop center of the screen, and you gotta determine where each cube goes, and you can stack horizontally, vertically, and diagonally, and each different stack you make gives you a different amount of points. It gets faster, the cubes come down the trail faster. It's pretty fun. I might do a gameplay video over that soon because I think it's underrated. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. Now, the rest that I got are boxed, so next one up here, got, focus, there we go, Paperboy. Of course, another big time arcade classic, and that's really why I got it. I'm not too big of a fan, but I knew it'd still be good because after all, it's Paperboy. Come on. Yes. No need for gameplay whenever I got screenshots, y'all. Apparently that's what happens when you beat the level. But if you played Paperboy, you get the gist. Ride on your bike, avoid obstacles, throw papers at subscribers. Speaking of which, I could use a few subscribers, so hey, hintity hint hint. Wake up the neighborhood. Just for the heck of it, I'll open up the box, and yeah, Lynx cases are kind of strange. They got these little pockets and everything, and the booklet will be, right up here, and the cartridge is down here. Let me show you this real quick. Now, I'm going to get into this a little more towards the end of the video here, these boxes and everything, and these cartridges, why they look like this. I'll get to that soon. Now, there's an easy way to make a cartridge. Just crop the box art there. But yeah, it's Paperboy. Once again, if you played it, you get the idea how it works. Paperboy. Except for the Lynx doesn't have the bicycle handles that the arcade had. That'd be pretty cool to see, wouldn't it? The next one up, Kung Fu. Now this is actually one I avoided for a while. I heard bad things about it, Focus. I heard some pretty bad things about it, that most people thought it was just crap and so forth, and yeah, I've been reluctant for like the past, like 5 or 6 years to get it. I've seen it several times, but this time I just went ahead and grabbed it. I said, what the heck? And to be honest, I really don't know what people are complaining about. It's not great, but it's a beat 'em up. I mean, look, here's a great game. It's a beat 'em up. It's a fantasy style beat 'em up, and it has really cool power-ups and stuff. It's certainly better than Kung Fu, but really, beat 'em ups are a little hard to screw up that bad. And yeah, you are this funky little mutated green guy here, and basically some kind of government chemical spill happened and creeped into your house and into your fridge or something like that. And you fight Ice Cube Men. That thing just looks like a turd. I'm not even sure what that is. Carrots, tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, etc. Kung Fu. It kind of explains itself. Look at the back again here. Focus. Yeah. There you are down there. Some carrot bad guys with 2 legs. And apparently you fight big flies, or maybe you're shrunk down. I think you're shrunk down. Yeah, look at that. So yeah. This is interesting though. This one came from France. I mean, I bought it at a store. I didn't buy it offline, but this was an import. See that? So that's pretty cool. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the French really do like the Lynx. I mean, I don't know that, but I remember seeing a video about the Atari Lynx, you know, this guy who's a fanatic, and he's French. He had a big collection and everything, and he even had an Atari Lynx watch. It's a, you know, pretty good sized watch, about as big around as his wrist with the clock and everything on it. You know, it's pretty cool looking. I think the video was he made a mod, you know, brighter screen and so forth. Come on, give us the focus. Kung Fu. These are really sharp cartridges, you know, and they're really like these thin card design. And because most people never owned a Lynx, it's not too hard to find them in this kind of shape, this clean and everything. And you're probably seeing those weird looking bumps. Yeah, because this is just a plastic card. The circuit board and chips and so forth are just directly under the sticker. So if you ever just have to access that, you'd have to peel out the sticker. So that would kind of hurt me to have to do that. You know, that would hurt me physically. I would never want to peel off the sticker. I'd have flashbacks of the cartridge's life, and it'd make me cry. Okay, well I can't close that, so I was going to move. Okay, Zybots. Unfortunately, I did not get a poster with this. I know that there's a poster on this, because I've seen it on the back of, you know, Lord Carnage, what's his name, Classic Game Room. Little shout out there. Awesome show. But anyways, I've seen a big Zybot poster on his wall, so I know it exists. But yeah, Zybots is one of those unique Lynx games. This shot right here is what happens every time you beat a level. You go here and you get to upgrade your weapons. But this is the gameplay. It's 3D. The Atari Lynx... Ooh, my hand's jiggling pretty bad. Sorry about that. The Atari Lynx is a 16-bit powerful little portable. And yeah, I mean, hardware-wise and so forth, it is superior to the Game Gear and Game Boy. Now, I'm not saying it has better games. That was actually the downfall of the Lynx. It did not get enough good games. It upsets me because the potential is there. It 16-bit and I think it had Mode 7 effects and everything, graphics. And I got games that, you know, show you that really far zoom ins and angle changes and so forth that you'll never see on the Game Gear or Game Boy. Having trouble opening this with one hand. Yeah, pardon me just a moment. Okay, back again. Got that box open. Anyways, yeah, you know, don't really need to show you the cartridges because they're usually just, you know, the same as the cover there, just cropped. Like, here you go, see? But yeah, Zybots, pretty cool. I think this is another game that I've read complaints about and so forth, you know. But, you know, let it be what it is. A game that showed off the Lynx 3D abilities. There probably is better games out there showing off the 3D abilities. I think there's a... I don't know if it's finished or not, though. I think there's a mostly completed Alien vs. Predator on it, which looks pretty impressive. Okay. Excuse me there. The last game I want to show you that I bought. Now, this is what I was talking about with the cartridges. I'll get to that. I already owned this game. I bought it loose off of eBay, you know, several years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. But it caught my eye because, first of all, it was boxed. So I'm like, hey, whatever, it's a good game. I'm a fan of it. My wife really likes this game. It's like almost the only Lynx game she touches. She likes that and Super Squeaks. I'll show you that one some other time. But anyways, got it because it was boxed, and the box was different. In fact, here you go. Gates of Zendikon. If you're not noticing already, I'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about by different. Just a moment here. You know, like, look at this. Kung Fu, Gates of Zendikon. Are you seeing that? It's big. It's huge. Now, at first I thought, you know, what were they wanting to... And look, one big screenshot. And if you can't tell, the way it was done was not a scan or a computer, you know, program or anything. This was just someone took the best photo they could of a Lynx screen. But anyways, I thought, oh, were they wanting to show off, you know? You know, the developers of this game, were they Did they feel like they had a special release, so they had to make a big box? Heck, the guy I bought it from, you know, his store, he thought the same thing. I didn't really know. It's kind of funny. My wife actually pointed it out. Because when I open this up, just a moment here, I also found another cool difference. Here's the one that I bought loose, you know, same old thing right here. And now I'll get into this and talk about what I was talking about earlier, I was going to tell you. This cartridge is revision 3. Atari had trouble getting their cartridge design right with the Lynx. The very first designs, we'll call that revision 1, yeah, they were just perfectly flat. No curved lip at the top, and I don't think they had any kind of indentions or grooves or anything, and people were having a hard time getting their games back out. See? And by the way, this is just a, you know, space shooter and everything. It's pretty good, recommendable. But moving on. Here is the one that came in the box. You see that? Different. This is revision 2. It's not the first one. It's got like a little bit of a lip at the top, just like very slightly though. You gotta have nails to get it out, you know, a thumbnail or something. And on the back, you know, you got these dots, these indentions or whatever you want to call that. Well, these are indentions, but you know, these come up in the back. Woo! Almost dropped that. This is a little better than their first attempt, but still, people were having trouble getting it back out. So they made these right here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you owned either, you know, models 1 or 2, and they probably did this each time they had to revise it, I think you could bring your games back to the store and they give you, you know, the game you had, but like this. I can just imagine how expensive that was. Kind of like what happened with the 360 on its original release, and you know, the Red Ring of Death and everything. People bringing their 360s back. Well, yeah, there it is. Some Lynx goodness, and yeah, that is just cool. I had no idea, you know. I can say thank you for my wife. She kind of, you know, expounded on that. I had no idea. You know, I thought, you know, why the big box? So, yeah, apparently there are 3 ways to collect your Lynx games. If you really are, you know, a fan of the Lynx. I have no idea what their first revision boxes look like, but revision 2s are bigger. It's pretty cool looking. I like these ones. They're more colorful. They look sharper, honestly. And they have 2 screenshots. Whereas, you know, the big box has 1. It's big, but it's just 1. You know, it's got gray on the sides and everything and all that. Well, that's about it for now. Hope you found this somewhat interesting and educational. And thanks for watching. There's my favorite guy right there. The big guy, the cleric. Always play as him.